Hello everyone and welcome to the Daily Butt Fumble Sports Show here on TikTok Live, YouTube, and on Instagram Live. Hope you are having a wonderful Wednesday. Hope it is off to a fantastic start. It is June 7th and we have NBA Finals Game 3 tonight. The Miami Heat get to host Game 3 with the series tied 1-1. We have plenty of MLB action we're going to get to, and of course a lot of news around the world of sports. That's actually where we're going to start. Given that we'll let some of the regulars get into the comments section, get into the live, and let them settle in, I wanted to start with some big sports. Messi is now making his way to the MLS after spurning a massive offer from Saudi Arabia. I heard it was actually $1 billion. I don't know if that was actually right where I saw that, but I heard he turned down a massive amount of money to play in Saudi Arabia like Cristiano Ronaldo did, to play with Miami in the MLS. What's my immediate reaction? I actually don't care. I actually have no interest in this story because the MLS to me is the senior tour of sports. It is the nothing tour. I know that there are plenty of really rabid MLS fans out there. I could not care less about the Portland Timbers, about the New England Revolution, about the Chicago Fire. I don't care. There is nothing that MLS has done that has actually inspired me to watch. I know it's a passionate fan base in a lot of cities that don't have other sports necessarily, or the sports that they do have, maybe this is off season for them, but I don't care about Lionel Messi coming to the United States. I really don't. It actually tells me Lionel Messi has entered a much different part of his career. Tells me I'm not going to see the best Lionel Messi. And that's what we want to see. If you are a true sports fan in this country, you don't just want to see the brand names, you want to see them at their best. Do you think people in China would want to see LeBron James after he retires from the NBA? Sure, but you're not seeing the best LeBron James. You're seeing marketing LeBron James. You're seeing someone who's going over there to sell sneakers. And he hit some jump shots in the time being. So Lionel Messi going to MLS doesn't excite me about the MLS at all. He'll have plenty of goals. He'll get plenty of attention. Doesn't interest me in any way. This is just a marketing move. Speaking of marketing moves, another story I wanted to bring up as we let people enter into the chat and settle into the show is LIV Golf's merger with the PGA Tour. Fallout from that happening. Rory McIlroy, whatever you think of him as a golfer, he has been outstanding in his press conference comments over the last 24 hours. He was brilliant. He was articulate. He was to the point, which was LIV Golf is bad. LIV Golf is bad, and Saudi money is bad, and what are you going to do? You're going to try and fight it? You're going to try and go against it if you're the PGA Tour? There needs to be some kind of repercussion for the golfers that left, that abandoned the PGA Tour and tried to literally attack it through litigation. But I think Rory McIlroy handled himself brilliantly well. It's just unfortunate that ultimately money wins. Money wins, and LIV Golf merging with the PGA Tour is an example of it once again. Our last story that I wanted to hit on before we jump into our picks and plays and everything around the show that we normally do is Jacob DeGrom. I hadn't put out a video about this because I really wanted to see the fallout from it, from fans, from DeGrom himself. I wanted to see what the reaction was to Jacob DeGrom being put on season-ending IL. He's going to have Tommy John surgery. I know there were a lot of Met fans yesterday that probably had kind of a schadenfreude grin to the news in reaction to the news. I didn't feel that way as a baseball fan. Jacob DeGrom is one of the greatest pitchers of his generation. He is a first-ballot Hall of Famer. He is in the Pedro Martinez, Sandy Koufax legendary status of great pitcher for a very defined period of time that is virtually unhittable. However, this was very predictable. This was pretty obvious. Jacob DeGrom was building up innings on his arm. For so many reasons, it was smart of the Mets to not sign him to that massive deal. The Texas Rangers, they were looking for a front-end starter. Little did they know, in signing Nathan Eovaldi, they actually got a much better ace than Jacob DeGrom. But this is sad news for baseball. So I know there may be some Met fans in Queens who are kind of dancing on the news of Jacob DeGrom getting hurt. I'm sure they love the guy, they appreciate him, but they're happy that, this happened with him wearing another jersey. I think it's just sad for baseball. Do I expect Jacob DeGrom to come back and ever be what he was? No, but I also think what Tommy John surgery is in this day and age, you can come back from this and be a B plus to the A that you once were. I think Jacob DeGrom's career isn't done, but I also think this is a sad day for baseball, so I wanted to touch on that as well. Those are some of the opening reactions I had to news around the world of sports. As we do every day, we're going to get into our plays and favorite picks of the day. But if you want more of our rants, reactions, everything, all of our content, go to our website, buttfumblesports.com. You can check out our blogs. Obviously, we have a link to our live show so you never miss a show. You can check out our merch store. We're dropping some new merchandise later today, as well as you can contact us. We're always available. Love engaging with you guys off the air. So that's where we start the show. As always, I just want to warn you guys, we are not a sports book. We're not endorsed by any sports book. Sports betting is risky. We are here for fun. We're here for entertainment. If you guys need help, there are places to go. We do use a number of websites that have data, that have analytics. They are not sports books. We do not engage or deal with any sports books, but we use a number of websites that help inform our plays, try to teach you guys something about what's going on in the world of sports, and help us have some fun with our sports entertainment every single night. That said, how did we do last night? Looking at our overall record, and this will include you guys down here below because we have started doing celebrity shots of the day. I went 13, Butt Fumble Sports went 13 and 11 in our picks yesterday. We got really crushed on the MLB game picks, and what really hurt us was the Dodgers. The Dodgers, what a bad miss. Yankees, fine. Aaron Judge got hurt. The offense went quiet. Pirates, hey, the Oakland A's finally put together a great offensive game. Isn't it funny it came against Mitch Keller? Those two, I go, okay, I can swallow that. Dodgers on the money line. You had an 8-4 lead after Freddie Freeman hits the grand slam, and you end up losing on a walk-off. Dodgers, this is why every time you assume an outcome, every time you think it's a lock, that was a heartbreaker last night. So instead of splitting our MLB game picks, we went 1-3. But our MLB prop bets went really well. Freddie Freeman hit a home run, as did JD Martinez. So we hit on 2 of our 7 long ball long shots of the day. As for you guys, celebrity shots did pretty well. 12-6. Good job, everybody. We have updated the standings. Not the standings. We've kept that. I'll put them in order. We will put them in an order, so we will have standings from now on. But you guys can see how everybody did who watched the show. Great job, everybody. Jorge, I did not include your fantasy play. I did not include your fantasy point play. We're going to keep this to non-fantasy points because then we got to keep track of which one you're using. So, Jorge, we're going to consider you 2-0, but a really good start. By the way, those who picked the WNBA last night on our show, cash money. You guys were killing it yesterday. Great job on those WNBA plays. We will continue doing this. Had a lot of fun. We're going to keep it, everybody from now on, we're going to keep it to 2. The most you get is 2. So 2 picks. By the way, Dante, we counted your miss, but if you had not given out that third, you would have gone to 2-0. So just an example of, that's why we're going to keep it to 2. So if you guys want to have your pick, your 2 picks every single day shown up on the board and we keep track of them, put in the comments section either on Instagram Live, TikTok Live, or on YouTube, my celebrity pick, and then the pick, or celebrity pick and then the pick you like, and we'll keep track of those throughout the course of the show, at the course of the year. Hopefully we have a lot of fun with you guys and you guys stay engaged with us throughout the show with your picks as well as following ours. So, that's how we did yesterday. We clear it out as we always do. We're keeping our picks for the NBA Finals because Game 3 is tonight, and we've done some research over the last few days around those picks. I'm going to clear out all of your picks, guys. So it's up to you to repopulate those. We will throw our results down here in the graveyard because that's old news, and you guys know what we do with old news. Put it in the past, get focused on today. So let's get started. As you guys know, every time you hook us up with our live goal of confetti, we give out a pick. And every time we hit 2,000 likes on TikTok Live, we will give out a long ball, long shot of the day. That said, where do you guys want to start? What are some of your favorite plays of the day? Let us know. Deadpool's big on Miami. Surprise, surprise. The Miami Heat fan believing that they're going to come up with the win tonight. I actually will start with that game as we open up the research. If you guys have questions, throw them in the chat. Here for it. But the first thing I wanted to bring up, as you guys know, we always look at the referees. I've isolated the 3 referees that are going to be on the whistle tonight. Tony Brothers, Kevin Scott, Josh Tiven. You can see the records. This is for the Denver Nuggets. Not great. Nothing that really stands out conspiracy theory-wise. You guys know how I like to look at the referees, see if there's a finger in the pie that we can take advantage of. Is the NBA starting to favor one team or another? Doesn't show that way, at least with the Denver Nuggets. You can see, really split across the board. On the other side, though, for the Miami Heat, Tony Brothers ain't a fan of the Miami Heat. Very interesting. So this is one in which, do I take too much out of this today? No, because the only lopsided one is Tony Brothers with that 0-5 calling Heat games. So there's a part of me that just keeps my eye on that. But other than that, it's not too dramatic on the other side of the Denver Nuggets. If I look at point differential, it washes out to about a +3 for the Denver Nuggets. If I do the point differential for the Miami Heat on the other side, washes out to a negative number. Maybe that is something you want to keep your eye on. But when it comes to our NBA referee conspiracy theory notions, not going to dive into it too much. Don't see anything here that, again, other than Tony Brothers. But again, Tony Brothers ain't exactly a fan of the Denver Nuggets either. They have a negative 10.7 point differential in the 3 games he's called. Heat, negative 9.2 point differential. So interesting. We always like to look at those. Just something I want to keep you guys mindful of. One other thing, that game does have the Nuggets as the favorite. And the spread has swelled a little bit. This has moved. So you can see, looking at the line movement, opened at 1.5, has now grown to 3.5. If you guys were unaware of this, the Miami Heat have been the best team against the spread in the NBA over the course of the playoffs. We actually have a number of trends on it. If you go to our website, buttfumblesports.com, we put out our pick for the NBA game tonight. You can go to our website and you can see that. We have some great trends there. buttfumblesports.com. You can check all that out. 808 Blaker likes the Miami Heat. I'm there with you, but on the spread. So I will put out my pick to start our show for this game tonight. And I will take the Heat plus, but I'm going to take it at an alternative line. That 3.5 doesn't excite me. Taking it at +5 does. I do like that. If we go to Outlier and we look at what alternatives are, +5, -150, that's what I would do. So Heat +5, that's what I would take it at right now. I think that's the best play. I could see Denver winning this game, but I like the Heat to just keep this a one-possession game at the end. The Nuggets are a good team. The Heat are a great fourth quarter team. So no matter what the score is going into the fourth quarter, I feel like this is a play that can stay consistent, can stay viable. So for so many reasons, really like this one. Heat +5. That's definitely one I've got my eye on. 2FindKline on Instagram Live is going with the Nuggets on the spread. 808 Blakers going with the Heat. By the way, as you guys know now, we do a celebrity shot of the day. You guys get 2 picks. You get your 2 favorite picks of the day. If any of you guys want either side on this game or the total, throw it in the comment section. Write my pick or my celebrity pick, my celebrity shot, and then write the pick that you like. We'll put them up on the big board along with all of our picks throughout the show. Keep track of them, and that way you guys can be a part of everything that we do. If you're watching on YouTube, definitely give us a shout. Would love to hear from you. What are your comments, reactions to our plays? If you have picks of your own, and of course, if you have any questions. If you're watching on YouTube, we are here for you. We are here for the next hour and 45 minutes, a ton to get to over that time, so make sure you're throwing in your questions, comments. We're going to get to everything over the course of our show. Show Me says, I want Denver to win it all, so I don't know who I like tonight. See, that's the problem. Don't equate what you want with what will happen. That's the wrong way of thinking about it. If you want it from an entertainment perspective, something I like to do a lot is I like to emotionally hedge. If I want a team to win, I'll actually bet the other team. I'll find a good opportunity to take the other team, because then emotionally, I can put myself in a position where I either emotionally come out the victor or my pocket swells. If you don't like it, it's a great call. Don't throw money at something you don't have good conviction in. Deadpool, question about the NFL, rough estimate. When does flexing start? I thought flexing started for the Thursday night games, I think it's a little bit later. I think it's like week 12. I could be making that up, though. That's something we just need to research. Okay, Jorge's got a question. Let's jump into Jorge's question. Jimmy Butler over 6.5 assists. Jimmy Butler, 6.5 assists. Let's dive into that question. If you guys have questions, throw them in the comments section. We are here for all of it today. Going to be a loaded show. By the way, we also have a pick to give out because we got hooked up with some confetti. Every time we get hooked up with our live goal, we give out a pick. Over under 6.5 assists. The over 6.5 has been a strong play over the last 4 games. Is there an alternative at the over 3.5? No. Over 4.5? No. Over 5.5? Still no. If you did take the over 5.5, that seems great. So what I would do is I would take it at both. I do like this play, and I would throw this up here, but it would be Jimmy for 6.5 assists, but I would also take it at over 5.5 as well. I would take it at both spots because the minus 250 you could include in some parlays. It's been such a consistent play. Meanwhile, if you take it at the 6.5, it's been strong in the Nuggets series. Now, if we look at it at home, not as strong at the 6.5, but again, if I shift this to 5.5, it's a little bit better. Again, there's that 5 against the Celtics, but I like this one. I do like it. I throw it up on my big board. Jimmy Butler over 6.5 assists, and I'm going to double down on it. Go with 5.5 as well, but include that in some parlays. Highest scorer tonight. That's a really great question between the stalls. Highest scorer tonight. I'll say this. My expectation is that it's Jimmy Butler or Jamal Murray because it's a game 3. It is a pivotal game. It is a stars come out kind of game. And Jokic just had his big scoring game and they lost. And I think the Denver Nuggets are a really smart team. I think Jokic is very smart as well. And they're very cognizant of the fact that when he has massive scoring performances, they actually aren't as successful. When he is distributing, they are. Who is probably going to be the greatest beneficiary of his distributing? Jamal Murray, only because he's going to take the highest volume of shots. So even though Michael Porter Jr., KCP, Bruce Brown, and others may benefit, I actually think Jamal Murray has the greatest likelihood of being the highest scorer. It's a little bit harder for me on the other side with the Heat because you guys know I'm really high on Bam Adebayo in this series. So to me, I think Jimmy Butler is probably your best bet when it comes to highest scorer for the Heat. But keep your eye on Bam because, again, if Jimmy decides he wants to be a distributor through the first 3 quarters and then goes off scoring in the 4th, it could be like Butler has 26 points, Bam has 23. So Butler ultimately, but it's kind of close there for the first 3 quarters. So that's what I would see on both sides. Between Jamal Murray and Butler, I think Jamal Murray has the greater chance of having the higher scoring game. But those would be the 2 tickets I would put in for highest score. Okay, Deadpool, thanks for hooking us up with the confetti. As you guys can see at the top, confetti means a pick. So let's throw another pick up on the big board. And for this, we will go to baseball. Want to give out some baseball picks since we're going to cover a ton of the NFL over the course of the show. So let's give out some baseball plays. First one I'm going to give out, Not surprising for you guys who have been watching the show over the last few days. This is an easy one for me. I'm going with the Dodgers and Reds over, and I took it at 9.5. You can get that at -180, but the 9.5. Reason for this, we talked about it the last few days, the weather. The weather. Let me update this to make sure it's updated now. So, the weather for that Dodgers-Reds game, just expect runs. We saw it yesterday on both sides. Have no concern if maybe it gets off to a slow scoring start, but don't expect that to be the case. You guys know, I am not big on first inning run plays. That is not what I'm about. I rarely give these out. However, I saw in doing our research that for this game, runs in the first inning has a 60.5% chance of hitting. That's the highest I've seen in doing research over the last week or two. I know you guys like these plays. I'm not as crazy about them, but I decided to give it out. So I am giving out for the first time in the history of our show, Dodgers, Reds, yes to a first inning run. Or a run in the first inning. Wrote that one wrong. Yes to a run in the first inning. So there you go. We rarely give those out, but that's how that goes. Yes, it would be an NRFI if it was no, but I'm saying there will be a run in the first inning of that game. Couple big reasons why. It's the starting pitching matchup for me. It's the weather. There's a lot of reasons for me to believe that those expectations for a run in the first inning are justified. Noah Syndergaard on the mound. Noah Syndergaard on the mound. That says it all, everybody. Noah Syndergaard on the mound is a no-brainer to me. He has been struggling of late. He said after his last start, he would give his hypothetical first child to go back to the pitcher he used to be. That's a level of struggle that few pitchers admit. He's going into a ballpark that should have a lot of runs scored. Brandon Williamson, the lefty-lefty matchup against Freddie Freeman doesn't scare me, and the righty-lefty matchup with Mookie Betts and JD Martinez, how can I say yes to that in how many languages? So I think a run in the first inning is a good one. You can see the 11 is what the line is set at. We took the alternative line at over 9.5. You can get that at -180. I like the play. I think it's a no-brainer. Can I see both teams getting to 5 runs? Absolutely. So that's the pick I gave out to say thank you to Deadpool for hooking us up with that confetti. Okay, Show Me. Show Me is going to be our first celebrity pick of the day. Show Me is throwing their pick up on the big board. Show Me, by the way, what's your record? 1-1 so far. 1-1 so far. So Show Me, what do you got for us? You are going with the Reds on the money line, Braves on the money line. That's it. There you go. So, the first celebrity shot of the day comes from Show Me on TikTok Live. Reds on the money line, Braves on the money line. If you guys want your celebrity shot thrown up on the big board, let us know. Put in the comment section my pick or my celebrity shot. Let us know what the pick is. It will throw it up on the big board and keep track of it. Kyle says, I wanted to bring that up to you. Funny that you did that. Crazy how that... Yeah. Alexander, Miami Heat +1 to 5 and over 108 for... Wow, interesting. I like the over 108 in the first half, especially. So Alexander is going up on our big board for the first time in the celebrity shot era. So Alexander, welcome to the big board. Want to make sure I get Alexander. Want to make sure I get that right. So Alexander is taking, and just clarify on that, you're taking the Miami Heat at just to cover anything. So covering from +1 to 5. That's how you want me to write that, Alexander? Or +1.5. Thank you. Now I see it. So that's Heat +1.5. And the other one is the over 108 in the first half. Over 108 first half. Love the celebrity shots of the day from those that are throwing those in the comments section. Again, if you guys want picks, confetti is the way to do it. If you guys want long ball, long shots of the day, let's get up to 2,000 likes. Every time we hit 2,000 likes, we give that out. By the way, 808 Blaker, you don't want to bet on the Pirates today right now. 808 Blaker was asking about, should I take the Pirates today because they got smacked yesterday? The answer is no. The answer is no. 7-1 score in the top of the third, so no. We didn't get to that game, obviously, because we got a 1 p.m. start to our show. Only one day game and one afternoon game in baseball, that 1 p.m. start, so that's the one that you may want to avoid there, 808 Blaker. For all those watching on Instagram Live, if you want to watch the show with all of our picks up on the screen, all the research that we do throughout the show, hit the link in our bio, go over to our YouTube channel, Butt Fumble Sports. You can watch the entire show, all of our picks, including the celebrity shots of the day that we're throwing up on the big board. If you want your picks thrown up on the big board throughout the show, just put in the comment section, my celebrity shot or my pick, and then the pick. Just like Top Dog did. Top Dog, you're saying Duncan Robinson over 1.5 3-pointers. This is one I'm going to dive into. I'm going to throw it up on the big board, but this is one I like as well, so we're going to dive into it. Top Dog is going with Duncan Robinson over 1.5 3-pointers made. This is one I like as well, so let's dive into it and let me show you why. We're looking at Duncan Robinson, and we're looking at 3-pointers. Look at the implied probability on this. 55%. Love that. Diving into it more. Over the last 5 games, really strong, and I like that he bounced back in Game 2 of the series, so this just isn't a Celtics trend. This does extend into the series against the Nuggets. At home, yes, he had that miss against the Celtics, but he has been pretty consistent on this. So between being at home and overall, I like this trend. This is one I was going to throw up on my big board as well. So I like this one. It's one I had prior to the show as well. So Duncan Robinson over 1.5 3-pointers made. Love the pick. Great call. Great call on that by Top Dog. Now, there was another question in on YouTube. Top Dog, we'll get to your question in a moment, but Kyle is asking about the Rangers on the money line. Rangers on the money line, so let's go look into that. .808 Blaker's asking, do I think if Tyler Hero's coming back in the NBA Finals? Yes, I do think he's going to come back in the Finals. I wouldn't be surprised if he's actually cleared tonight. I don't know how much time he's going to get, but I do expect that he will be back for these Finals. So we're going to look at this Rangers game. Rangers, Cardinals, starting pitching matchup for this one. Jack Flaherty, flamethrower, but the ERA is higher than when we like it, where we like it. The 4.55 on the other side. John Gray has been really good this year. If you guys aren't aware of it, there are a couple pitchers in Texas who are pitching really well. I know Jacob DeGrom going on the IL with Tommy John surgery is going to be the big story, but Nathan Eovaldi and John Gray have been fantastic for the Texas Rangers. So I know their offense is getting a lot of attention, but those two starting pitchers right now are absolutely contenders for All-Star game appearances. So John Gray, the strikeouts per 9 at 7.10, don't have a problem with that. Love where the whip is. The fact that the whip for him is around 1, he's someone that can at times, maybe this is because he pitched in Colorado. He gave up runs, he gave up hits, walks were at times a problem. I love where the whip is with him. If I look at how Cardinals hitters have done against John Gray, only Paul Goldschmidt has any numbers, and that's in a very small sample size. So love what I'm seeing there. On the other side, how are they doing against right-handed pitching overall? Not as great as you'd think. One of the reasons this Cardinals team is struggling over the course of the year, they're not hitting right-handed. They don't have one hitter with a real sample size hitting above 300. Paul Goldschmidt's their best hitter against right-handed pitching, 293 average. That's just not good enough in today's baseball, given that the shift is working in your favor. You know, the rules have been changed. Somebody should be hitting 300 against right-handed pitching here. This is disappointing if you're a Cardinals fan. On the other side, Texas Rangers against right-handed pitching. Simeon's hitting well. Seager's hitting well. Garver, Tavares, Lau. They have a number of guys who hit right-handed pitching well. Against Jack Flaherty, Grossman, good numbers. I'd actually keep my eye on Robbie Grossman today for a player prop. And Simeon, good numbers. I know it's 1 for 3, but it is a home run. So for this one, I'm right there with you. Kyle, to your question, I do like Rangers on the money line for this one. I'm going to throw it up on my big board. And we will take Rangers on the money line. Good call. Love the call out. I think the pitching matchup works in your favor. I like what I'm seeing from the hitters as well. But I want to just look at one player prop bet. I just mentioned this. I want to look at Robbie Grossman. Is there a play I can take for Robbie Grossman that's really strong? If I just look at over, what has a good over? Over half a base. Over half a base for Robbie Grossman. Not a great trend, but against Jack Flaherty, do we like the 2 for 5 with a home run there? I feel like I do. For half a base, I would take it. So I'm going to tack this one on as well. Robbie Grossman over half a base. I think that's a safe play. I think it's a quality play. Kyle says, Ranger Country, let's ride. I believe that's Bronco Country, let's ride, isn't it? And by the way, I don't think that's the kind of let's ride that we want. But Kyle, love the question. Appreciate you jumping in, having a lot of fun with it. Okay, we've got a number of questions in from YouTube we want to get to. Dante's also got a celebrity shot, so let's get to that. So Dante's celebrity shot is Jose Siri over half a hit. So Dante, let's throw you up on the big board. Dante is going with Jose Siri over half a hit. Let's look at why he likes it really quick. Let's go to Jose Siri. Looking at the over, going to hits. Over half a hit. The implied probability isn't there, interestingly enough. Not as strong a play. Has been cashing decently over the last 10. How is it done at home? Much better. So at home makes me feel good about that. Against Pablo Lopez lifetime. Doesn't have an at-bat, interestingly enough. Doesn't have an at-bat. So a little curious about that. But that's the celebrity shot of the day for Dante on YouTube. Dante, how have you done so far this year? 2-1 for Dante. So keeping track of you guys and your celebrity shots, they're up on the big board. Again, for all those who want my picks, hook us up with our live goal of confetti. And every time we hit 2,000 likes on TikTok Live, we will give out a long ball, long shot of the day. IP Shade 45, are we sure about the Dodgers with Thor on the mound? The answer is no, we're not. No, we're not. We're not sure about the Dodgers. I'm certainly not. And for me, it's less about the Dodgers than it is about scoring. We talked about it earlier, and the reason we're going with Dodgers Reds over 9.5, and yes, believe it or not, for the first time in the history of Butt Fumble Sports' show, a run in the first inning, is I just love the weather. I love the weather. I saw it last night, and you're telling me Noah Syndergaard's on the mound? Scoring. There's just going to be runs. There's going to be home runs. This is one in which I have a number of picks for home runs. Really like this one. So, again, yes, we have our eye on this game. We cashed 2 long ball long shots of the day in this one yesterday. I gave out three players from this game yesterday. Muncy, Martinez, and Freeman. Freeman and Martinez both homered. So definitely like that. By the way, I'd love to give out those long ball long shots of the day. So if you're watching on TikTok, make sure you're hitting that like button. Want to come through with that. IP Shade 45 bring up Eli De La Cruz. I'm gonna talk about him a little bit later as well. I have a pick related to him. Okay, Nathan, you were asking about Corey Seager Are you saying Seager is 0 for 6? Nathan, are you saying you like Corey Seager for a strikeout, or are you just letting us know? One thing, Nathan does have a celebrity pick, though. Michael Porter Jr. under 2.5 passes. Okay, that's funny. Do you want to actually take that on assists? Because at this point, that actually might be a good play. Show me. Hit that like button. Let's get up to 2,000 likes. I'm going to drop some home runs on you. Just to clarify, in my research, I have 1, 2, 3. I have 6 celebrity shots. I have 6 long ball long shots of the day already loaded up and ready to go. By the way, as we do the research throughout the show, I'm sure we'll find some more. But love giving out those long ball long shots of the day. So if you want those, you guys know how to do it. Hit that like button on TikTok. Okay, Stephen Pox got a celebrity shot of the day. By the way, after we put Stephen Pox's celebrity shot up on the board, MVP Metcalf, we will get to your question about Michael Porter Jr. But Stephen Pox is putting his celebrity shot up on the big board. How'd you do yesterday, Stephen? 0 for 1. It's okay. We'll bounce back. So Stephen, that might be a different Stephen actually. I want to make sure I'm clarifying the Stevens here. Stephen Pox, welcome to the big board. And you are going with over 3.5 assists. Over 3.5 assists for Kyle Lowry. There you go, Stephen Pox. Welcome to the big board. Welcome to the celebrity shot. Steven, yeah, Chris Taylor wasn't in the lineup. Swing and a miss on that one, but we told you who to take. Mike Oxlong, welcome back to the show. Great to see you, Mike. Luis Ariz, over 1.5 hits. He's now a 400 hitter. Do like that. We'll get to it in a minute. I did want to do my research, though, on MVP Metcalf's question about Michael Porter Jr. So we're going to jump into that really quick. Michael Porter Jr., points, rebounds, and assists. Points, rebounds, and assists. So, from what you're saying, MVP Metcalf, you're saying it's 23.5. I'm seeing 22.5, but I do like the fact that the over has a really strong implied probability here. One of the things I just want to note about this one, it's been a really strong trend. Really strong trend. And I love that after this miss, this wasn't just an obscure miss. This wasn't just, it fades away. Michael Malone has been dogging Michael Porter Jr. for his performance in Game 2. If you see the press conferences that he's had, if you read into his comments, he is dogging Michael Porter Jr. And that tells me that if you have any pride as a basketball player, as an athlete, you are going to come out and you're going to play tonight. And my expectation is the trend that's been really consistent is going to come back. So MVP Metcalf, I do like this one as well. I actually like that this one has moved. I saw it at 23.5. It's now at 22.5. How is it done on the road? Fairly consistent. No reason for me to really be concerned about it. Again, if I look at it over the last 10, really strong play. If I look at it head-to-head against the Heat, okay, maybe I could take something out of this, but he did well in Game 1. So I'm going to put this one up on the big board as well. And this is going to be Michael Porter Jr. over 22.5 points plus rebounds plus assists. So there you go, MVP Metcalf. Great call. Appreciate you throwing that one in there. IP Shade 45s also bring up Michael Porter Jr. rebounds, assists over 8.5 should be a strong trend to come back and hit. I'm a little bit curious about that one. The reason I actually like the points, rebounds, and assists is I expect his scoring to be much better. But points and rebounds, let's look at it really quick since we already have it pulled up. So it's set at 21.5. Over the last 10 games, as you see a strong trend, last 20, it's a similar trend as we just saw a moment ago. So the points, rebounds, and assists as well as the rebounds and assists, or that's points and rebounds, sorry. You were asking about rebounds and assists. Rebounds and assists, let's look at it. Okay, not as strong a play overall against the Heat, but still very consistent. Very consistent. Yeah, I'm not going to have a problem with it. So to your point, IP Shade, I'd stay with it as well. Yep, show me's on it. Guerra, great to see you. By the way, watching on YouTube, I think, is a great experience as well, so never hesitate to be there. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Let's get up to 2,000 likes right now. Let's give out some long ball, long shots of the day. Again, every time we hit a 2,000 like benchmark, we'll give out a long ball, long shot of the day. Appreciate all those who are with us, no matter what platform you're watching on, Instagram Live, TikTok Live, or on YouTube. Okay, a number of you guys are asking about Luis Arraez. A number of you are asking about Luis Arraez. By the way, Guerra with the best joke of the day. If you guys have jokes, we got reactions. First of all, IP Shade 45 is awesome. Thanks for the confetti. We'll give out a gift. But Guerra, Michael, the possession ends here, Porter. Fire. Outstanding, Guerra. That is the joke of the day. We don't have a place on our big board for killer jokes of the day, but fire. Just burning down the house here, Guerra. Good job, Nathan. Okay, IP Shade 45 just hooked us up with some confetti, so we're going to give out a pick. Let's go to... By the way, I'm also seeing that we've hit 2,000 likes, so I'm going to give out a long ball, long shot of the day and a pick overall. And the first long ball, long shot of the day that I'm going to give out, Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani. He doesn't have great numbers against the starting pitcher that he'll be facing today, but the hits that he does have are home runs. And the weather in that game is actually in our favor as well, I believe. But home runs, implied probability here, 25%. 25%. You can get it at plus 300. So Shohei Ohtani is our first long ball, long shot of the day. We are also going to throw him up on our big board as well. I want to kind of separate the game picks from the props. Shohei Ohtani. And we are taking him for, let's see, over 1.5. It's over 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. As you guys know, we don't like that. The 2.5, a bit too much for us to climb. So what do? Go to total bases, over 1.5. Over 1.5. Do we like that? Is there something else we can take? Over half a hit? Not great. Too long a set of odds. So it looks like over 1.5 bases is our best play. I know the 51% implied probability probably doesn't attract you guys, but I do like this matchup. Again, Jameson Taillon, not massive numbers, but when he's gotten hits, they've been home runs, and that's what stands out to me. When he's getting hits, he's hitting home runs. Yep, IP Shade 45 is bringing it up in the chat. When he's getting it against Taillon, it's going far. So I will throw Shohei Ohtani over 1.5 bases. Yes, I wish I could get it at over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. That's just not possible for me right now. So for that reason, I'll take it where I can get the 1.5. Also, having a lot of confidence that if he misses the home run, but he gets a hold of one, it could be a double. And there you go. We cash on that. Now, again, looking at the weather for this game, you just see the wings flying out. The ball is flying out. It's going to center, slightly to right center. The likelihood of home runs is up just slightly. So I like this. The weather plays in the factor. The stats play into my thinking as well. So that's our pick given out because we got that confetti from IP Shade 45. Because we hit 2,000 likes, we're putting them up on our long ball long shots of the day. And there's the corresponding over 1.5 bases. I will give out another pick just because IP Shade 45 is awesome. So I want to double down and say thank you and give out some more picks. So the next one I'm going to give out, this one is going to be random as hell. This one you're going to be like, what are you thinking, Butt Fumble Sports? But here you go. Kevin Love over half an assist. I saw that. You can get that at minus 200. And I saw it and I went, man, Kevin Love's been rebounding like an animal. We already have up on our big board from a show a couple days ago over 4.5 rebounds. And I thought to myself, man, if he plays like how he's been playing and he's rebounding, those outlet passes, yeah, there's a chance that there's a foul there and thus you miss out on the assist. But he gives up he offers a good assist opportunity with all of those outlet passes. So I thought, if I'm going to take a chance on anything, he's going to get more playing time given how the series has moved over Game 1 to Game 2. Spoelstra is involving him more because they need to slow down Aaron Gordon and Jokic. I think Love is going to be on the floor a decent amount. I think he's going to be rebounding. I think that opens opportunity for assists. So that's another pick I'm throwing up on the big board. Kevin Love over half an assist. Mike Oxlong, thank you for the rose. Mike, do you have a question? If you do, throw it in the comments section. We'll get to it. Oh, you were asking about Luis Arise. Luis Arise, let's get to that. Let's dive into Luis Arise. Definitely want to dive into that. So Luis Arise, let's dive into his stats. By the way, for those who are under a rock and not paying attention to baseball, Luis Arise is hitting over 400. First of all, over half a single, you can't get it at minus 209. Not bad. Given how he's been hitting, over half a single, that's a pretty good play. Over 1.5 bases, that's a good play as well. Over, it's 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. We don't like that. Hits, over 1.5 hits, not a great play. But over 1.5 bases, that's what I would take. You can get that at minus 110. I'd play with it. I'd go with it. He's just been so consistent. 4 games in a row this has hit. 7 out of his last 9. He's facing Jordan Lyles. Now, he's 1 for 3 lifetime against Lyles, but if we look at Lyles' stats, 6.88 ERA. Guys, what do we call an ERA that high? An 0-9 record? We call that dog poop here. That's garbage. That's a flaming bag of poop on the porch. So Jordan Lyles on the mound for the Royals, a flaming bag of poop on the rubber. Meanwhile, Luis Arise is hitting over 400, and it's been a consistent play over the last 4 games. Guys, we got to put it up on the big board. It's a no-brainer for me. Luis Arise over 1.5 bases. And we're only taking it at the 1.5 bases because that's the best place to take the 1.5. We don't want to go towards the 2.5. I know it might cash sometimes, but that's Vegas really trying to pull you in on the reel. It's just not worth it to us. Guerra, I usually just go over half a single, but yeah, bases is cool too. By the way, I think over half a single is a good play. It's about the odds difference. Over half a base, over 1.5 bases rather, is minus 110. Over half a single is minus 209. By the way, this is a really consistent play. I'll throw it up here because I like it as well. Luis Arise over half a single, I'll take that. But that's a one you want to put in a parlay, because the money you would have to put down, the return isn't as good. So that's one that add that to a parlay. Have that and the Dodgers and Reds on the over. Those are some interesting opportunities. If you took Luis Arise over half a single, Dodgers and Reds over 9.5. Now you're starting to be in a better place to take that. Mike Oxlong, Pete Alonso over half a hit has to be big board material. Oxlong, is that your celebrity shot of the day? For all of those who are just joining the show now, if you want your pick thrown up on the big board, just like Show Me, Alexander, Top Dog, Dante, and Stephen Pock, make sure you put in the comment section my celebrity pick or my celebrity shot, and then what you want it to be. We'll throw it up on the big board. Mike Oxlong, welcome to the celebrity shot of the day. Mike Oxlong, welcome to the big board. And you are going with Pete Alonso over half a hit. So Pete Alonso over half a hit. Let's look at that really quick. Curious to know what that's going off at. So Pete Alonso over 1.5 bases actually isn't a good play. Just noting that. Over half a hit, 71% implied probability, and you get it minus 245. Interesting. As Mr. Chubbs269 on Instagram is saying, nice pick, Mike. Nice pick, Mike. Yeah, we like it. He's been playing well. Against Charlie Morton, lifetime in his career, a 286 average. Doesn't have a home run, but a 286 average. Now, one thing I will say is weather in this one, not as good as it was yesterday, but still good on home runs. Still good on home runs. In fact, I would consider this for a home run. I know he doesn't have a home run against Charlie Morton, but Pete Alonso, against right-handed pitching this year, does have 16 home runs. He does have good numbers against Charlie Morton. A 286 average in 21 at-bats. Frankly, he's due for a home run, if I'm being honest. You guys know I don't like to phrase it that way. Someone's due for something. But that said, Pete Alonso is someone you might want to consider for a home run today. He is someone that I'd keep my eye on it. I'd keep my eye on it. Okay, IP Shade 45 is bringing up a couple plays that we really like. IP Shade 45. Again, guys, if you want my picks, hook us up with our live goal of confetti. And every time we hit 2,000 likes, we'll give out a long ball, long shot of the day. So make sure you're hitting that like button. As always, make sure you're hitting that like button. Means a lot, goes a long way. Hit the like button. We'll give out long ball, long shots of the day. We've already given out Shohei Ohtani. Mike's saying we're at 4,000 likes. We're going to confirm that. And again, confetti gets you picks. Would love to be able to drop a ton of picks on you guys over the next hour and 10 minutes. IP Shade, okay, we just hit 4,000 likes, so yeah, let's drop another long ball, long shot of the day. No, it's not Pete Alonso, even though we're kind of keeping our eye on him, but we are going to another player from that game in a little bit. I won't go to it now, though. I'm going to go back to a well we've been riding a little bit. JD Martinez. JD Martinez, he cashed for me yesterday. He is raking right now. JD Martinez is absolutely on fire. He is scorching. If he walked around the city of New York right now, it would explain the orange haze that's in the city. Which, by the way, if you guys haven't seen pictures of New York right now, it is bizarre. It is a crazy, crazy world we're living in right now. That said, JD Martinez is scorching hot. I can still get him at plus 320 on a home run. Really? Really? Shocked that that's still available to me. By the way, what's up, Mike Torres? Great to see you. Implied probability at 24%. Love that. Diving into it. He is raking. He is on fire. And meanwhile, he's facing a left-handed pitcher. He hasn't hit left-handed pitching well, but I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on just how hot he's been. So I'm going to ride this one until it's dead. And that is a home run for JD Martinez. Yes, I'm also interested at hits, runs, and RBIs, but it's set at 2.5. Don't like that. Looking at total bases, 1.5. Does it inspire me? Enough, because again, similar to with Shohei Ohtani, the wind is blowing out. Should be a great day for runs and home runs specifically. So even if he comes up short, say he hits a bomb, but it goes off the wall, I'm getting my 2 bases because then it's a double. So I'm going to throw this one up on my big board as well. And that's going to be J.D. Martinez over 1.5 bases. And same reasoning as Shohei Ohtani. Don't like it at 2.5. Love it at 1.5. By the way, show me, you actually brought up something that I was like, should I bring it up or should I wait on it? I'm going to drop another long ball, long shot of the day. I know we give them out every time we hit 2,000 likes, but screw it. I'm going to give out another one, and it is Matt Olson. I'm giving this one out for free because he missed yesterday. I have confidence in it today. He has a good matchup. He's going up against Scherzer. He didn't homer last night. I think he hits it tonight. Again, the weather in that game, it's blowing out. I know Pete Alonso is another one we talked about who could easily go yard tonight. It's going out to left center. But that said, I feel good about Matt Olson. I know he missed last night, but Matt Olson, you look at home runs, implied probability is 28%. You only get him at plus 254, which tells you how likely he is to hit a home run. But lifetime against Scherzer, not great numbers. Does have a home run, but I got to ride this one. I got to ride it, so I threw it up on my big board. If we do that, if we throw it up on the big board, then we are curious, what do we get for hits, runs, and RBIs? It's 2.5. Nope, don't like that. What about on total bases? We missed on this actually last night, so we're not going to go with it now. How about hits? Over half a hit, 70% implied probability. I would take it. I know it's not great odds. Again, maybe a few of these you're just parlaying. You're throwing it into a parlay of all bets that don't have great odds to them. We're not always advocating for parlays, but when you get long odds like this, over half a hit, I got to take it. Top Dog is asking about the Phillies on the money line. Let's look at that one really quick. Let's go to covers.com for it really fast. Pitching matchup, Reese Olson against Zach Wheeler. Zach Wheeler kind of disappointed last game. Did not have the kind of start that we expected. Zach Wheeler, let's look at his stats really quick. And I want to look at his splits. So looking at his splits, at home, he's just been a better pitcher. He's been a better pitcher at home. The batting average against, 218 versus 279. He has allowed 3 home runs to 2, but that said, he's a better pitcher at home. Now, how has he done recently? Struggled. Not his best stuff. You see, the last outing was his worst. I think he bounces back from that, so I do like Phillies on the money line. For this one. Let's jump over and see what it's going off at. Phillies on the money line is minus 245. Not good. Not a good play. This is one in which I don't think you want to chance it. I mean, look at how these Tiger hitters have done against him. Yuck. So with that said, do you want to take the run line? What's the weather looking like for this game? Oh, runs are going to be up. I think I'd take it. I think I would take it, but I'm not taking Phillies on the money line. I would throw Phillies on the run line. Phillies at minus 1.5. Hasn't been cashing consistently, but I'm going to chance it. Not going to throw it up on my big board because obviously I don't want to advocate chancing something. Phillies on the money line, we will. It's just not a great play from an odds perspective, but Phillies on the money line, we will ride with that one. I would consider the run line though. Just interesting. Very interesting. Appreciate all of you guys being with us every single day. Show me you're very right about that. Guys, make sure you're hooking us up with our confetti. Every time we get a gift of confetti with our live goal, we drop a pick. The reason I set the live goal at 15 today is I have actually more than that. I have a ton of picks. I have over 20 picks loaded up. We've only dropped a couple. So make sure you guys are hooking us up with that confetti in the live goal, just like IP Shade 45 just did. So we have some picks to give out right now. I'm going to give out our long ball, long shot of the day in a minute because we've hit 6,000 likes. But I also wanted to go give out a pick. And I want to make sure I'm getting the proper odds on this one. Jonathan, India. Over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, everybody. No brainer for me. Noah Syndergaard has been flaming dog poop on the mound. The implied probability, 59%. Jonathan India is on fire. No brainer for me. Jonathan India, over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. That's a pick I'm giving out. To say thank you to IP Shade 45 for hooking us up with our confetti. Every time we get the confetti, we give out a pick. Love the play. Thank you. And now we have to give out a long ball, long shot of the day because we hit 6,000 likes. The next one I'm going to give out, Jake Fraley. Also coming from this Reds-Dodgers game. Another Red that we like. Let's look at Jake Fraley. If I look at him on home runs, 15% implied probability. But again, I'm going back to this weather. Noah Syndergaard on the mound. Righty-lefty matchup. Wind blowing out to right field. Yes, please. Yes, please. We'll take that. No questions about it. So Jake Fraley, even though you're getting it, I like the fact you're getting it plus 550. I like that play. Against Noah Syndergaard, you see Jonathan India. I liked him there. Jake Fraley doesn't have great numbers, but does have a home run. His only hit was a home run. So I'm riding with Jake Fraley, throwing him up on the big board as one of my long ball, long shots of the day. Welcome, everybody, into the Butt Fumble Sports Daily Show. Hope you are having a wonderful Wednesday, June 7th. We are 1 hour into our show. Every single day, we are live for 2 hours every day, giving out picks, giving out analysis, doing research, and of course, having some fun with you, getting your picks, your takes, going back and forth in the comment section. If you guys love our content, make sure you hit the like button. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button on the video. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. If you're watching on TikTok Live, hit the like button as many times as you can. Every time we hit a 2,000 like benchmark, we give out a long ball, long shot of the day. Every time we get confetti, just like we did from IP Shade 45 just now, we give out one of our picks. Make sure you follow us. We love building this community. We are sports fans, here for sports fans, talking sports. There's a lot going on in the world. We're here about the sports, guys. So make sure you hook us up with confetti, likes, and of course, make sure you're a part of this community because we're live every single day. You never want to miss out on a show. So we got some confetti, so we have a pick to give out. Here are the picks we've given out so far today. NBA Finals. We had a couple of these from shows earlier in the week, but we also have some MLB. We're even giving out, yes, a run for the first inning in Dodgers-Reds, first time in show history. Some MLB player props, long ball, long shots of the day, and your celebrity shots. We are keeping track of your picks. If you write in the comment section, my celebrity shot or my celebrity pick, and then what it is, we throw it up on the big board. We'll keep track of your record. That way you guys can be a part of the show as well. So fun ways that you guys can engage and be a part of the show every single day. There you see the recap, show me. There you go. Mike Oxlong, what, over half a hit? That's what you had? Over half a hit, if I'm not mistaken. My bad. Good call. Thank you, Mike Oxlong, for correcting me on that. Okay, IP Shade 45. Love that not only you hooked us up with the confetti, but you're bringing up Yordan Alvarez with a Y. Yordan Alvarez. And actually, I am all about Yordan Alvarez today. I'm just going to assume that we're going to hit 8,000 likes at some point, and I'm just going to drop this right now because I love Yordan Alvarez today. I'm throwing him up as a long ball, long shot of the day. And to the question that you're asking about IP Shade 45, I also like him as a pick today. But I want to make sure I'm getting him at the best possible place, given that I'm assuming 2.5 will come into play with him. But over what? Oh, bingo. Over 1.5. They're keeping it at 1.5 for hits, runs, and RBIs. Jump on it. Jump on it. Now he's facing Chris Bassett, who is a good pitcher. Is a good pitcher who's having a great year. Look at those numbers. Yordan Alvarez against him. 3 home runs, 7 RBIs. Love it. Yordan Alvarez is raking against Chris Bassett lifetime. I know Bassett's having a good year, but I'm going to ride with it. So we are going and throwing this one up on our big board. Yordan Alvarez over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs at minus 130. Love it, guys. Great call by IP Shade 45. Again, we like him on a long ball, long shot of the day. I also like him at over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. No brainer for me. Think it's a great opportunity to take him. And normally I don't feel that way about Yordan, simply because it's usually set at 2.5 when he has a good history against a pitcher. Okay, one question in from YouTube. Girls softball, Oklahoma on the money line. You can't fade the Oklahoma Sooners in softball. They have an undefeated streak that is just exceptional. The fact that you're getting them at minus 550, I'd parlay it with a couple other things. I'd parlay it with some things that, maybe like the Heat to cover like plus 7.5, or a couple other things that you can bring that 550 down. But I do love them today. Jorge, like John Gray today. I do like John Gray. Do think he could give up a couple runs, but I do like him today. Show me, why did Chris leave the team? Personal issues. Chris who? Chris who? I don't know who you're referring to. I don't know which Chris you're referring to, Show me. You're going to have to let us know. Okay, Mike Oxlong, you're asking about Sean Murphy. Sean Murphy, let's jump into that. And specifically, you are asking about over half a hit. Implied probability on this is crazy high at 64%. Wow. Okay. And again, I say crazy high because at minus 180, that's a great play. It's been really consistent. How has he done lifetime against Scherzer, though? This is going to be a big indication. Only 1 for 3. So not a big sample size, but I like this one as well. Mike Oxlong coming up with an interesting play for this one. I would consider this one as well. Throwing it up on my big board as well. At minus 180, I actually really like it. So throw it up here. Sean Murphy, over half a hit. Over half a hit. By the way, Top Dog is asking about Giants' first 5 on the money line. Is this your celebrity pick of the day, Top Dog? Do you like Giants on the money line as your celebrity shot of the day? Let us know. If you have a celebrity shot of the day, throw it up there. We give you guys 2. IP Shade 45 delivering once again on the confetti. I hope you guys appreciate IP Shade 45 as much as I do, allowing me to drop these picks so everyone can get access to them. IP Shade 45, thank you so much for the support you show us. Just awesome. I am going to answer Mike Oxlong's question about Marcus Semien first, and then I'm going to give out another pick, which is going to be NBA related. But let's go to Marcus Semien. Let's keep our eye on Marcus Semien. And you are asking Mike about 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. First of all, over half a hit's a strong play, but not good odds. Over hits, runs, and RBIs. Great implied probability here. Minus 150 has been really consistent, obviously. That said, also look at what he's done against Flaherty in his career. 1 for 3, and the 1 is a home run. The 1 is a home run. So I love this play as well. I love this play as well. So absolutely Mike Oxlong. I would throw this one up on my big board as well. You're calling out some really great plays. Mike Oxlong bringing it today. I would throw this one up here as well. And that is Marcus Semien over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. Okay, we have some work to do. So everyone take a deep breath, because we've got some things to do. Oh, and Mike Oxlong wants me to tack this on as his celebrity shot of the day as well. So we've got a couple of things that we're going to get to. First things first, we're going to give out a pick, because IP Shade 45 hooked us up with the confetti. Then I'm going to answer IP Shade 45's question about Charlie Blackmon. Then we'll get back to your questions across TikTok and on YouTube. And Top Dog's other celebrity shot, we'll get to that as well. In fact, I'm going to... no, I'm not. Head fake. I am going to Someone was asking about my favorite Gabe Vincent play. Someone earlier was asking about my favorite Gabe Vincent play. I'm going to give that one out as another one of my favorite plays of the day. Gabe Vincent over half a steal plus block. I'm getting that at minus 210. Again, one you want to fold into a parlay as one of the legs. But I really like this play over half a steal plus a block. He's hit this in 3 straight games at home. The reason I like it, 3 straight games at home this is hit. So I'm gonna throw that one out there. That's my favorite Gabe Vincent play of the day. I'd also consider him on assists, but not my favorite, so that's why I'm not putting it up on the big board right now. Okay, also going to now look at Charlie Blackmon, and then I'm going to give out a long ball, long shot of the day. Let's look at Charlie Blackmon. Now, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Look at the implied probability at 64%. Unfrickin' believable. Great call by IP Shade 45. Bring in the knowledge. Now, why do we like it? He has a great matchup against the starting pitcher today. Great matchup against the starting pitcher. So, against Logan Webb, lifetime, Charlie Blackmon has raked. 417 average in 24 at-bats, including a home run. That's ownership, everybody. And the fact that Charlie Blackmon's been cashing on hits, runs, and RBIs already, no brainer for me. So we're going to tack this one on as well. Great call by IP Shade 45. Charlie Blackmon over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. And I'm just going to keep my eye on one other thing. Total bases. What's the probability on total bases? 52%. Not putting it up on my big board. Just saying. Just interested. Tristan, yo, great to see you. Great to see you. Hey, J-Rock, if you're curious about how I feel about the over-under, I actually gave out the over a couple days ago, believe it or not. We were doing our research in the show the other day, and I actually took the over 214.5. I took the over 214.5. If you're curious about how I feel about this game, we've given out a pick for the game, also for the total. Okay, we've hit 8,000 likes, paying off the Yordan Alvarez. I will give out another long ball, long shot of the day at 10,000 likes. So 10,000 likes, we'll give out another one. We've given out 1 freebie and 4. Hey Zeus, great to see you in the chat. By the way, I think later today, I think before tonight's NBA game, I am going to come back on live exclusively on TikTok for subscribers. So if you guys want to join that show tonight, I think I'm going to do an hour exclusive for TikTok live subscribers as a pregame show for tonight's NBA Finals game. So if you guys want to join that show and ask questions, it'll be exclusively for the NBA Finals, prop plays, total plays, everything else, doing research. So make sure you guys subscribe on TikTok, and that way you can join us for that show. I think I'm going to do that as an exclusive 1-hour show prior to tonight's NBA game, just for subscribers. Okay, the celebrity shot that Top Dog wanted to put up on the board. Again, when you guys have a favorite celebrity shot of the day, we throw it up on the big board and keep the record of it. Top Dog had Duncan Robinson. Top Dog is also going with Bruce Brown over half a three-pointer made. This is one that's had my attention over the last few days. Over half a three-pointer made, says Top Dog. So let me dive into this one. Let me dive into it. Let's go to the NBA. And let's go to Bruce Brown. And over half a three-pointer. You look at the implied probability, 61%, has been cashing consistently, has hit both times in the series. How about on the road? Not as consistent, but that's not enough to scare me. I would take this one as well. So, Top Dog, this is one of your favorite picks of the day. I'm also going to look at it as well. It's one I had circled during my research prior to the show. So I'm going to throw this one up as well. Bruce Brown over half a three-pointer made. Now, I also do have my eye, though, not just on Bruce Brown, on over half a three-pointer made. I got my eye on them turnovers. Back-to-back games with 3 turnovers. Now, it's over 1.5. Turnovers, just something to keep your eye on. Drew 7382 is asking about Aaron Gordon over blocks plus steals. Aaron Gordon, blocks plus steals. So the over 1.5, not a strong implied probability here. Doesn't have my attention. There you see it hasn't been a strong play, but IP Shea brings up, why don't we just look at blocks? That's where the play is. Don't take the steals. Don't take the steals. That's what's raising it from half to 1.5. Don't do that. Aaron Gordon, though, to get a block, really consistent. It's at minus 108. Throw it up on the big board. Now, under half a steal. Notice how we're doing this now. Aaron Gordon, half a block. We've already actually put up on the big board. We can't do it twice. We already like that play. But really interesting right there. Over half a block. We already liked it before. We like it now. The trends haven't changed. You're just made aware of it because you're joining Butt Fumble Sports for the show. So under, if we go to Aaron Gordon and we go to steals, the under is a strong play. The under half at minus, I would do it. I'd kind of do it. I'm gonna split the difference on this one, and I'm gonna take Aaron Gordon over half a block, Aaron Gordon under half a steal. I'm just following the trends. As you guys know, Butt Fumble Sports, we don't have locks, we don't have guarantees. We follow data, we follow trends. We try to tell you guys what's a good play, try to teach you guys what's available out there in terms of a good opportunity. That's what we're here for. Adolis Garcia on hits. Let's look at Adolis Garcia on hits. By the way, believe it or not, we only have 40 minutes left of our show. Is it just me, or does this show fly by every day? I feel like you guys just bring the energy every day. You guys are absolutely awesome. The implied probability on this is outstanding at 68%. Has cashed consistently. How has he done? Lifetime against Flaherty. No stats. How has he done this year against right-handed pitching? Garcia's hitting 260. Not great, but it's been really consistent. So the answer is, Mike, I do like it. I'm not crazy about it. Actually, given how strong a trend it is, I'm not putting it up on my big board, which is a bit of a surprise, but it's more because of how he's done against right-handed pitching. I'm just going to avoid this one. If you want to throw it up as a celebrity shot of the day, let us know. Actually, Mike, you've already hit your allotment. You only get 2 a day, so can't do this one, but already have your 2 up there. Gabe Vincent over 2.5 threes. He's hitting 5 of the last 8. Let's look into that really quick. And then we're going to give out another long ball, long shot of the day. And we are going to look at Gabe Vincent on 3-pointers. Okay, the under's the stronger implied probability here. I know it's cashed in the last 2 games, though. What kind of defensive effort are we going to get from the Denver Nuggets? This is what's tricky for me. What are we going to get from them? If I look at it at home, hit or miss. This is just one in which I want to take it because of how he's done against the Nuggets, obviously. But it's just, there's the sample, I don't know. I don't have a good vibe on this one. I don't have a good vibe on this. It has hit consistently against the Nuggets. if I had to say anything, this is the strongest trend that I see. Against the Denver Nuggets, the last 3 games he's played against the Nuggets, this is hit. So if I had to go in any direction, I would take the over 2.5 3-pointers. I'm not crazy about it. The over 1.5 you get at minus 339. That's not strong. If I had to go in any direction, this is the one trend that really stands out to me, but I'm probably not there all the way with it. I'm probably not going to put it up on my big board, just not enough for me. Max Strus, over 6.5 3-pointers attempted. That's a really interesting one. It's an interesting one. We're not going to dive into it, but that's an interesting one to look at. Okay, if you are curious about my favorite picks of the day, every time, by the way, that we get our live goal of confetti, we give out another pick. So if you guys want more picks, you guys know how to do it. Mike Oxlong, thank you for the wait. Thanks so much, Mike. How did you find that trend? About, are you asking me or Drew? Because I'm curious about where he found the trend about the 6.5 3-pointers attempted. Okay, Tony, not sure how Celebrity Shot works, but I think it's just announcing our favorite pick of the day. I'm going Nuggets -3. So all of you watching on Instagram Live, YouTube, or on TikTok, this is how Celebrity Shot works. Celebrity Shot, you have to make it known. So write in the comments section, my celebrity pick, or my celebrity shot, and then whatever you want. We'll put up your 2 favorite plays of the day, your favorite 2 picks. We put them up on the big board. We'll keep track of them. We'll either give you praise or we'll give you a hard time, because we like to give each other some hard times every now and then. Have some fun with one another. You can see Candyman's 2-0, Tyler undefeated, Jorge undefeated, G-Clips, Rico Strong BD, Mike Torres 835, LRK 425. So we have some who are off to a hot start, some others who need to bounce back. We'll see how it goes. Again, how do we give out our picks? Confetti. How do we give out long ball, long shots of the day? Every time we hit another 2,000 likes. We are going to get to Wander Franco in 1 second. Dante, your pick is Blanco, over 3.5 strikeouts. He plays for the Astros. So Blanco, the starting pitcher of the Houston Astros. Ronel Blanco. It's Blanco, not Blanca. It's white in Spanish. So your celebrity pick. Let's throw this one up on the big board. That is for Dante. Dante, by the way, 2-1 so far. So Dante, welcome back to the show. Appreciate it. And you are going with... It's Ronel? Ronel Blanco? Over 3.5 strikeouts. There you go. Dante is up on the big board. Let's see if he goes to 3-1 or whether he falls back to 500 at 2-2. IP Shade 45 in the finals. Drew has shot 9 and 10 3-pointers attempted. Celtic series, he did it 1 or 2 times. Trend for the finals is good. Interesting. I like it. Candyman's calling himself out and saying he's 2-1. Love it, Candyman. Good job, Candyman, keeping honest on it. Love it. Mike Oxlong is asking about Wander Franco. Let's go look up Wander Franco, who is raking of late. Wander Franco is... JD Martinez and Wander Franco are human torches right now. So let's look at over 1.5 bases. It's actually not a strong play, which really is interesting to me. Hits, runs, and RBIs it is a stronger play. Now the matchup against Pablo Lopez, lifetime... This is why maybe it's not as strong a play today. He's 0 for 4 lifetime against Pablo Lopez. Now, what I do like, Mike Oxlong, is there aren't strikeouts there. So that certainly has my attention. That, yes, he's 0 for 4, but it's not like he's striking out 3 out of the 4 times. But again, if I just look at the trend, look at if I'm going hits, runs, and RBIs, last 3 games it's hit, scorching hot. And by the way, at home, lots of green there. We call that a lawn because there's so much green. Wow, lots of green. Take it over the last 20 games, 6 in a row. Now, how do we feel about the likelihood of runs in this one? Likelihood of runs, I know it's in the dome. Just bring it up so you guys can see it. Wander Franco, is there a better play that we can take? How do we feel about, we looked at bases, what about hits? Over half a hit? You're just getting terrible odds on it. If you wanted to take it, you could. It's just not a great play. But for me, if I were to take one thing, it would be hits, runs, and RBIs. The 55% implied probability. By the way, what about stolen bases, by the way? Stolen bases, not bad. If he's getting on base, there might be an opportunity to take it. But you're thinking just on hits? For me, I like the hits, runs, and RBIs if I were going to go anywhere. I'm not going to put it up on my big board only because he doesn't hit Pablo Lopez well enough for me to do that, but do have my eye on it. By the way, you guys have been talking about Max Strus. I do want to look up Max Strus really quick. Let's look up Max Strus and see what's the best Max Strus play tonight. If I just look at the implied probability, under blocks, fine. Let's look at the over. What's the best play? Over 2.5 rebounds. Interesting that comes up. At home. 3 out of the last 4. Just something to keep an eye on. What's other good plays? Over 3.5 first quarter points. We've looked at that a lot. Look at how consistent that's been. Max Strus over 3.5 first quarter points. That actually is a play that I like. That's a play I like that I'm going to throw up on my big board. It's something that I had been focused on prior to the show tonight. So Max Strus, throwing it up on the big board. Over 3.5 first quarter points. By the way, we have a ton of picks to give out. Make sure you're not forgetting that confetti in our live goal. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 NBA player props still waiting to give out. That's how many picks I have waiting to give out. So don't forget to hit us with that live goal. We try to hit our live goal every show. We have so many picks to give out. IP Shade 45, thank you, because I just want to give out picks. Like, I love doing research, but it's fun and all, but like, let's be fair. Okay, next one, Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic over 49.5 points plus rebounds plus assists. Why do we like this play so much, you might ask? Why do we like Nikola Jokic over 49 points, rebounds, and assists? Nikola Jokic, points, rebounds, and assists. Implied probability is 53%. I'm taking it at 49.5. So let's move the alternative lines to 49.5. And shabam. Yes, please. Yes, please. By the way, Show Me, once again, driving the over-under on the confetti. I love that Show Me likes to bet on our show. I like Show Me is doing in-show betting. I love you, Show Me. Love the interaction. But anyways, this is just an incredibly strong play. Incredibly strong play. Now let's jump over to assists. How do we feel about it? On the road, consistent. Do I think he's going to bounce back and have over 9.5 tonight? Yes, I do. Nikola Jokic, over 9.5 assists. TN Capper 381. If you want to see all of our picks up on the screen, hit the link in our bio. Go to our YouTube page. Right now, we have our picks up on the screen right now on YouTube. Butt Fumble Sports. We just gave out 2 picks around Nikola Jokic. I like over 49.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Not the 51.5. You're right. I like the alternative line at over 49.5 points, rebounds, and assists. It's been such a consistent play. Additionally, Nikola Jokic over 9.5 assists. I also like that one as well. I'm going to give out another pick for Nikola Jokic. And that's over Sorry, forgive me. That's under. Nikola Jokic under 3.5 first quarter rebounds. By the way, yes, Butt Fumble Sports is really diving down the rabbit hole today. Love the play. So we just put up 3 picks for Nikola Jokic to say thank you to IP Shade 45. The first one was over 49.5 points, rebounds, and assists. The second one is over 9.5 assists. The last one is Jokic under 3.5 first quarter. Under 3.5 first quarter rebounds. The reason I like the first quarter rebounds, the under has hit in 5 straight games. Under 3.5 first quarter rebounds has hit in 5 straight games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight games. So that's another pick that we just gave out. If you guys have a celebrity shot of the day, if you have a favorite pick from MLB, NBA, WNBA, let us know. Throw in the comment section my celebrity pick or my celebrity shot. We will put your name up on our big board, and then we will keep track every single day of your win-loss record, and that way you guys can play along with us at home every single show. Once again, we will also be having an exclusive show for TikTok Live subscribers as a pregame show for the NBA Finals Game 3. That way we will focus exclusively on the NBA subscribers. So subscribe to the show. By the way, if you subscribe on TikTok Live, we always give out our confidence level on our picks, by the way. IP Shade 45 has a celebrity shot. Teoscar Hernandez over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. IP Shade 45, 1-1 so far in the celebrity shots. Let's see how it goes today. IP Shade 45 is going with Teoscar Hernandez over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. Now let's dive into why IP Shade 45 might like this play. So let's go to baseball. We go to Teoscar when it loads up. And as we wait for that, again, make sure you're hitting the confetti. Every time we get confetti, we give out a pick. Want to give out a bunch more of those. Teoscar Hernandez, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, does have a strong implied probability. And look at the trend. 3 games in a row. How is he doing against the starting pitcher of Michael Wacha? Bingo. Teoscar Hernandez, 6 for 10 with 2 home runs. Now, this is a game I wanted to bring up because Michael Wacha is pitching out of his mind right now. He's pitching really well. In fact, let me pull up Michael Wacha so we can look at his splits. Michael Wacha. And let's look at how he's pitched recently. Because, first of all, good ERA, good win-loss record. But look over his last month. Over the last 30 days, Michael Wacha is one of the better pitchers in baseball right now. A 3-1 record, a 3.23 ERA, a 30.2 innings pitched. Meanwhile, look at the batting average against, .162. So for that reason, do I feel as strongly about the Seattle Mariner hitters as I should be? Look at how many hitters hit really well against Wacha. Kalenic, Hernandez, Ford, Suarez, France, Crawford, Rodriguez. The Mariners should historically be hitting Wacha well tonight. But this is one I'm kind of avoiding because Wacha's been pitching so well over the last month. So for that reason, I am fading this game a little bit. Now, if we look towards the weather in this game, not expecting runs to be not expecting it to be a high-scoring game, but IP Shade 45 as their celebrity shot of the day just threw up, or just put up on the big board, Teoscar Hernandez over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. It's a smart play. It's not one that I'm going to follow, but interesting. Not a bad idea. If you guys want your celebrity shot thrown up on the big board, write in the comments section my celebrity shot and then the pick that you like. We will throw it up on the big board and let you guys be a part of the show. Keep hitting the confetti. Want to give out some more picks. Have a ton of more picks to give out. So don't slow up on that confetti. I know IP Shade 45 does a lot of the heavy lifting on that, but hopefully you guys can contribute as well. We have about 25 minutes left of the show. 25 minutes left of the show. Make sure you're getting in that comment section every way you can. Candyman, bro, this Liberty game might be free. Releasing picks soon, doing research now. Can't wait. Can't wait. Mike Oxlong, thanks for the music. Appreciate that. If the averages are good, check Waka hits allowed. First of all, Candyman, can't wait to see your WNBA picks. Love seeing the WNBA getting into the show. Meanwhile, Guerra, Nathan, if the averages are good, let's look into it. Mike, we're going to look at the Randy Arozarena right after we look at Michael Waka on hits. So Arozarena right after we look at Waka on hits allowed. Let's start with Michael Waka on hits. Hits allowed. Where are we here? Hits allowed. Over 5.5 doesn't have a strong implied probability. Look at where it is. He's been pitching too well. He's been pitching too well. So it's not a good play. No alternative line. I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch it. Don't feel good about it. The trend isn't there. He's just pitching too well. Yeah, Candyman, you've got some fans now. You've got some fans. Could you go over why you like Yordan Alvarez for a home run today? He has really good numbers against the starting pitcher that he'll be facing. A couple home runs. I like also the fact that the weather in that game, the weather in the Astros game, I know that they usually play with the dome, but that said, I do like the Astros. I do like home runs in that game overall. Where are the Astros? Right here. I know it's in Toronto, the dome, but you just look. I think runs are going to be up. Against Chris Bassett, he's got great numbers. Against Bassett, he's got great numbers. Okay, getting to Mike Oxlong, Randy Arozarena over half a hit. Randy Arozarena over half a hit. Let's check it out. Randy Arozarena over half a hit comes up as the strongest implied probability of anything. You can get this at minus 145, by the way. Wow. Love it. Love it. Really consistent. How has he done against Pablo Lopez in his career? Good numbers. Mike Oxlong, you have found us another gem. Great call by Mike Oxlong. This is a good one. This is a good one. Mike Oxlong, you can put it on the board. Yes, sir. Mike Oxlong, great call. We are putting this one up on our big board as well. We are taking Randy Arozarena over half a hit. How is this being offered at minus 145? How? Somebody explain to me in small words and big pictures. Mike Oxlong, great call. Good job. Appreciate you guys putting in the research, bringing some great knowledge. You love it. I love it. Great to see it. Great call by Mike Oxlong. By the way, as I mentioned just a moment ago, I have a ton of... I've got like 15 more picks to give out across MLB and NBA. So guys, hit that confetti. Let's get some confetti flying in this, and let's give out some more picks. Every time we get that confetti, we celebrate by giving out a pick. Let's drop a bunch of them, guys. We have hit 10,000 likes. We have hit 10,000 likes. So we are going to give out another long ball, long shot of the day. Another long ball, long shot of the day coming at you. The next one we're going to give out, Christopher Morel. Let's take a look at what he's going off at for home runs. So, on home runs, implied probability is 16%, but I could take it at plus 525. Hasn't been hitting home runs of late. Remember when he was cranking them? He was on that fire stretch for a while. Well, he went quiet. He went quiet. But, that said, he's got a matchup today that I like. Against right-handed pitching this year, good numbers. 288 average, 8 home runs, 12 RBIs. Really like those numbers. Jaime Barria hasn't faced him, but I like what he's done against right-handed pitching. Now, Cubs Angels. Cubs Angels. Likelihood of home runs, up in that game just slightly. We've already put Shohei Ohtani on the board. I'm also taking Christopher Morel to break out of this home run slump. Taking it at plus 525. Another one of our home run celebrity shot, or another one of our long ball long shots of the day. That's because we hit 10,000 likes. I am not doubling down on him though. Not doubling down on him, but I am taking him for the home run. Okay, Mike Oxlong has another question for us. Mike Oxlong has another question. And IP Shade 45 hooked us up with more confetti. Can we all just... IP Shade 45. Round of applause. Okay, so we're going to give out another pick, but first, we're going to answer Mike Oxlong's question about Bobby Witt Jr. So let's go to Bobby Witt Jr., and then we're going to give out another NBA play of the day. So first, Bobby Witt Jr. You were asking specifically about over half a hit. You're getting it at minus 175. I'm not seeing that here. I'm seeing minus 200 is the best I see across the different books. Has been a good play, though. 5 out of the last 7 I like. Now, how has he done against right-handed pitching? Not great. A 217 average against right-handed pitching. I'm going to fade this one, Mike. I'm going to fade this one. Not strong enough stats for me. Cabrera, not great numbers, but I'm just going to fade this one. I'm not saying it's a bad play. Mike, if you want to chase it, I'm not going to try and discourage you. But it's not one I'm going to endorse, or certainly not one I'm going to put on my big board. Just doesn't get me excited, Mike. Enough reasons for me to avoid this one. So I'll say no thank you. I'll go in another direction. So no Bobby Witt Jr. for me. Doesn't get me going. That said, stolen bases for Bobby Witt Jr., look at how consistent that's been. Bobby Witt Jr. on a stolen base? Kind of interesting. How many stolen bases allowed? Now, Rasball, stolen base success against starting pitchers. By the way, this is one we got to keep our eye on today. Noah Syndergaard is terrible at holding runners. Terrible at holding runners. I'm about to give out 2 picks around one player. IP Shade 45, you are a fan of this player. We're going to bring him up. It's going to be one of my picks of the day. Bobby Witt Jr., by the way, on stolen bases. Keep your eye on it. Keep your eye on it. Just to complete the thought, where's Pablo Lopez? Is Pablo Lopez anywhere near the top on this? Rasball a little slow. John Gray gives up some... Eduardo Cabrera. He gives up stolen bases. Stolen base success rate, 75%. 9 stolen bases allowed. This is one I'm going to take. It's a bit of a long shot. But I'm going to put this one up on the board. I'm going to take Bobby Witt Jr. over half a stolen base. And we are taking that at plus 215. Cabrera gives up stolen bases. Bobby Witt Jr. gets stolen bases. I'm not going to take the hits. I'm going to take the stolen bases at the plus 215. Interesting play out of nowhere for me. Now, here's another one. We just talked about Noah Syndergaard is terrible at holding runners. Noah Syndergaard, when it comes to stolen bases, the king. He has allowed 36 stolen bases this year. They've been caught just 3 times. What? 36 stolen bases. 36. Yeah. That's right. That's crazy. Who can believe that? So with that said, who are we going to take? Well, there's this rookie. There's this youngster who came out of nowhere. Eli De La Cruz. Let's go look at his stolen bases. The implied probability is 26%. I'm going to take this. So I'm putting 2 stolen base picks in our show today. Eli De La Cruz over half a stolen base. And again, stolen bases, they're like a long ball, long shot of the day of their own making. Plus 285? I can get this at plus 285? Absolutely. Eli De La Cruz, he is fast. I mean, he is stallion fast. Love the play, and the implied probability works in my favor. But I'm not just going to take him there. Hits, runs, and RBIs, that's the pick I love. That's the pick I'm going to put up on the board to say thank you to IP Shade 45. Eli De La Cruz, throwing this one up on my big board. Over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. This kid is electric. Noah Syndergaard is a flaming bag of dog poop left on the porch. If he gets on base, his speed alone, I like the idea of him getting a steal and then getting driven in. There are going to be runs in this game, as we alluded to earlier. The likelihood of runs is way up in this game. Love the play, love the opportunity to take Eli De La Cruz on over half a stolen base at plus 210, plus 220, and over half a hit base RBI. These are great plays. Mike Oxlong, not only do I agree with you, I think it's different. Mike Trout's in his own category. Mike Trout is like Joe DiMaggio. Eli De La Cruz has the opportunity to be like O'Neal Cruz of the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's fast. He can hit for power. He has good defense. This kid is unbelievably talented. I don't think O'Neal Cruz and Eli De La Cruz are 2 of my favorite young players in baseball. I know O'Neal Cruz had the injury earlier this year, but yeah. Okay, Mike Torres has a celebrity pick. Mike Torres, Reds, total team over 5.5. So we are going to throw up Mike Torres 835, who's undefeated, by the way. Mike Torres, undefeated. Mike Torres, 835. Team total, Reds over 4.5. Reds over 4.5 is how we'll write it. Reds team total over 4.5. I love the play. I think this is a cashing ticket. I love the play. I'm going to put this one up here on my board as well. I'm following Mike Torres here. Reds over team total, or rather I should do Reds team total over 4.5. Mike, I am absolutely tailing you on this one. Absolutely. The Noah Syndergaard matchup, you already hear how I feel about Jonathan India, Eli De La Cruz, no brainer. Okay, Luke Raley, over 1.5 hits. Okay, let's get to Ketel Marte. By the way, I have a ton more picks to give out. Don't hesitate to hit that confetti, guys. No, we're not ASMR, so maybe we don't get as many gifts as other people, but we work hard. We appreciate the support. Bases, I do like over 1.5 bases. Over 1.5 bases. Hits, runs, and RBIs. IP Shade 45 didn't work for me. He does have an outstanding matchup, an outstanding pitching matchup today. He's going up against Patrick Corbin. In his career against Patrick Corbin, raking 3 for 6. 2 of the 3 hits have been home runs. So this is a no-brainer for me. I would put Ketel Marte, but for me, it's over 1.5 bases. So throwing this one up on our big board as well. Ketel Marte, over 1.5 bases. Over 1.5 bases. Jorge, what are your thoughts on Corbin Burns' 7 strikeouts? Looking at Corbin Burns' 7 strikeouts. We haven't done a lot of strikeout picks today. We haven't done a lot of walks picks today. You guys usually love those walks. So Corbin Burns, over strikeouts. 7.5 bad implied probability. Now, you're getting it at 7. So the alternative, the 6.5, the over 6.5 has been a good play of late. Has been a good play. The Orioles, though, how have they done against right-handed pitching? Pretty well. They've done pretty well against right-handed pitching. I'm not touching this one. 7.5 seems high. It could hit. I don't like it. I'm not going to touch this one. So it's a no play for me, Jorge. I'm going to avoid Corbin Burns. But Jorge does have another play that he's putting up on his celebrity shots of the day that I love. You are bringing up one of my favorite picks of the day. So I'm actually going to throw this one up on my big board as well. Not only on yours, but on mine as well. This might actually already be up on our big board from a previous show. There it is. Yep. On the assist. We've already taken Jimmy Butler on the assist. Jorge is going to put that one up on his big board. So Jorge, yesterday, went 2-0. So Jorge might be someone to keep your eye on. So Jorge's celebrity shots of the day are Jimmy Butler over 5.5 assists. That is an alternative line, but we take it. Over 5.5 assists. And the other one that you like, this is a parlay he's actually doing, so we got to put our plus sign here. And you are taking Vincent over 17.5 points plus assists. So Gabe Vincent over 17.5 points plus assists. So another celebrity shot thrown up on the big board. If you guys want your favorite pick of the day put up on the screen, make sure you throw it in the comments section. We're still doing that. Top Dog is asking about Chris Bassett. Chris Bassett over 4.5 strikeouts. Let's look at that. Staying with strikeouts, Chris Bassett. Over 4.5 is a really strong implied probability here. Really strong implied probability. Really consistent ticket. How have the Astros done against Chris Bassett lifetime? There are some hitters who hit him well. We mentioned Yordan Alvarez earlier. Jose Abreu, Bregman. So there are some hitters who hit him well. Not big strikeout numbers, but I do like the trend on this one. So I will throw this one up on my big board. The over 3.5, not a good alternative line. So over 4.5 for Chris Bassett. That's Chris Bassett over 4.5 strikeouts against the Houston Astros. Just threw that one up on the big board. Luke Raley over half a hit. Luke Raley over half a hit, and then Jordan Lyles. So Luke Raley, by the way, don't hesitate. Hit that confetti, guys. We still got a ton of picks to give out. Would love to drop like 5 picks before the end of the show. So Luke Raley. And you were specifically asking about over half a hit. Over half a hit. By the way, IP Shade 45, you're awesome. You're just awesome. Over half a hit's a really strong play. Really consistent, really strong play. Against Pablo Lopez in his career, he is 0 for 2. That's not going to discourage me. What I would say is, Mike, I would take it. Mike, I would take it. I do like that play, so I would throw that one up there as well. Now we're going to get to Jordan Lyles. Jordan Lyles. I know we also have a long ball, long shot of the day to give out. Don't worry. Still aware. You're asking about Jordan Lyles on walks. Jordan Lyles on walks allowed. 52% implied probability. Had been very consistent. Missed against the Rockies last game. His whip, 1.32. How is it done on the road? Really consistent. I'm going to take this one as well. We talked about it earlier. What's Jordan Lyles? Flaming bag of poop. So I'm going to take this one as well. I'll take the over. I will throw this one up on the big board as well. That's Jordan Lyles. Jordan Lyles over 1.5 walks allowed. Over 1.5 walks allowed. And again, we just got a ton of confetti. Thanks to IP Shade 45. Thank you so much, IP Shade 45. You're awesome. Appreciate the support. So we are going to throw up a bunch more picks. We'll also give out another long ball, long shot of the day. Is there any other place you can go for so many picks, so much information? I challenge any of you guys. I know ESPN has the Daily Wager show. I feel like they give out, maybe like 10, 12 picks. Look at how many picks we give out in 1 2-hour show. Just incredible. And by the way, every one of these picks is backed by research, data, trends, and analytics. None of this is shot from the hip. All of this is done in either before the show or during the show, research that you can fall back on. Ton of picks. We got more to give out. Okay, the next pick I'm going to give out, we've got a bunch to give out to say thank you to IP Shade 45. We'll put this next to his name just to keep it kind of grouped together. But the next one's going to be Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown over half a steal. Over half a steal for Bruce Brown. This has been very consistent. He has over half a steal in 8 of his last 10 games and 4 of his last 5 road games. Again, 8 of the last 10 games in the playoffs and 4 of the last 5 road games for the Denver Nuggets. Bruce Brown has a steal. I'm riding with it. Bruce Brown over half a steal. I'm getting that at minus 190. Okay, here's another pick I'm going to give out. Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo, I'm going to give out a couple for him. The first is over half a steal for him. Over half a steal for Bam Adebayo. 4 straight home games he has over half a steal. 4. Ton more picks to give out. So hit that confetti. We're not done yet. Every time we get confetti, we give out a pick. I'm going to give out another one right now. Might surprise you guys. Jimmy Butler. Where's he going with Jimmy Butler? What's it going to be? Going to surprise you. Jimmy Butler over 1.5 turnovers. Jimmy Butler over 1.5 turnovers. I'm getting this at minus 181. Sorry, at minus 180. Jimmy Butler has at least 2 turnovers in 3 straight home games and 5 of his last 6 home games. Jimmy Butler over 1.5 turnovers. So not only do I like him on assists, I like him on turnovers. I think he's going to have the ball in his hands. That's how it goes. IP Shade 45, this show has helped me cash, so I have to support where I get the info from. IP Shade 45, really appreciate you setting that kind of model and example for everyone else. We try to help you guys out. We certainly appreciate when you guys show your love and support and appreciation for us. So it goes a long way. IP Shade 45, thank you for the confetti. For all of those who get good information from the show, who get value out of the show, we really appreciate you hitting the like button, subscribing, being a fan, and of course, hitting us up with the confetti. Again, because we like to give out picks. Candyman has a celebrity shot of the day. By the way, Candyman 2-1. So Candyman. Where's Candyman gonna go? Candyman is going with the Liberty plus 8 in the first half. So Liberty plus 8 in the first half. And the next one is Mercury Wings over 175. Mercury Wings over, I think I got the number wrong, over 167.5. So, 2 picks from Candyman for the WNBA. So if you guys like betting on the WNBA, Candyman bringing some heat with that. We have another long ball, long shot to give out. So you guys can still keep up on the screen the Candyman pick for celebrity shot of the day. And for our long ball, long shot of the day, going to jump over here and throwing up Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts. Where are we getting Mookie Betts on a home run? 26% implied probability. We're taking 2 Dodgers today. How has he done against left-handed pitching this year? He has 5 home runs. Williamson, and I just love the weather. I love the home runs. So I'm going to take Mookie Betts, and he is going to be my next long ball, long shot of the day. But I'm not just looking at Mookie Betts on the home runs. Hits, runs, and RBIs, it's going off at 2.5. Don't like that. What about overall on bases? Implied probability 53%, 1.5. Not a consistent play over the last few days. Is there anything else we like? What about on a hit? 1.5. Nope, don't like that. So if I had to take it anywhere else, over 1.5 bases, and I would take it. Mookie Betts over 1.5 bases. Believe it or not, everybody, we have gone the entire length of our show. We have gone 2 straight hours. Unbelievable. Unbelievable how quickly this show goes by. I can't believe I just looked up and it was 3 o'clock. We have covered 2 hours of this show. Unbelievable. Here are all of our picks. All of our picks up on the screen right now. NBA Finals. Here are all of the picks up on the screen in case you missed anything. Here are all the NBA picks. Next, here are all of our MLB picks up on your screen. We didn't give out a bunch of picks, by the way. We didn't get to all of them. Didn't get enough confetti in our show. IP Shade 45, thank you so much. Appreciate it. But came up a few short. We still had a ton of picks to give out. Here are the long ball long shots of the day. And here are the celebrity shots of the day. The picks from audience members, their favorite picks of the day. Appreciate all those who have watched on YouTube today. Jorge, Dante, Tony, Top Dog, Mark, Kyle, Jeff, Ryan, Nathan. Great to see you, Nathan. Farika, great to see you. Deadpool, great to see you. And of course, to all those viewers on TikTok, big shout out to IP Shade 45 for dropping all of that confetti. Mike Oxlong, thank you for the gifts today. Thank you for helping out the show. Big shout out to you. Deadpool, big shout out to you. Big shout out to all those who engaged in the comment section. All of those who engaged in the comment section. Appreciate those who threw in Show Me, Candyman, IP Shade 45, Rudiman Cap, Jorge, Mike Torres 835, Drew 7382, Stephen Pock, Guerra, Boss Lady Murr, Steven, Jesus, Tristan, J-Rock. Great to see so many of these familiar faces every single day. Jared, great to see you. Wonderful to see so many people. Holtz, thank you for joining the show. Just awesome that we have so many loyal followers. Such a close-knit community. We help each other out every single day. Cash tickets. Do what we can to support each other. And of course, have a lot of fun talking sports. If any of you guys missed our content today, go to buttfumblesports.com. We put up the show on YouTube. You can watch the entire show on YouTube, all of our picks, all of our analysis, all of our research. In case you missed anything, you can find everything there on YouTube. Butt Fumble Sports on YouTube. Once again, all of our NBA picks, all of our MLB picks, your celebrity shots of the day, as well as the long ball long shots of the day. So if you missed anything, that's where you can find us, Butt Fumble Sports on YouTube. And again, also check out our website, buttfumblesports.com. We have a lot of content, analysis, trends, a lot of data, as well as the picks. We'll throw them up on the website as well. So make sure you go to our website, buttfumblesports.com. You can check out all of our content. You can also contact us. You can always engage with us at Butt Fumble Sports. Check out our merchandise store. Check out some of our shirts, a lot of the merch that we drop. But make sure you engage with us off the air. We love this community engaging with us, even when we're not live. Tomorrow, we are live at 11 a.m. tomorrow. 11 a.m. we are live. So 11 a.m. on the East Coast Standard Time, 11 a.m. We are live for Thursday, June 8th. So if you want 2 more hours of our daily show, join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you're following us, and of course, make sure you subscribe, especially on TikTok. We are going to have an exclusive show for TikTok subscribers tonight. Only for TikTok subscribers. It is for TikTok subscribers. We are going to do NBA player prop bets. We didn't get to all of my NBA player prop bets during today's show. So because of that, we are having an exclusive show tonight, maybe at 6, maybe at 6:30. Not quite sure when I'm going to jump on, but make sure you subscribe. That way you can join us tonight, ask your questions, get all of my NBA player prop bets, including I still had about 8, 9 that I'm still holding on to for tonight's show. So make sure you subscribe on TikTok.